Before the episode, our final merch drop is live now at chuckle.store. We've got a whole bunch of items that we worked really hard on designing for you guys. I'm wearing one of them right now. We've got a jacket, a hoodie and a crew neck. We got t-shirts. We even got a Chuckle Sandwich baseball cap. Look at that! And no, it doesn't look similar to anything that Schlatt would wear. Or does it? And we got a whole bunch of other stuff so you can hold on to a piece of this podcast forever. Let me be clear. This is your last chance to get Chuckle Sandwich merch. This drop will run for 2 weeks and then it's gone forever. So go grab some before you forget at chuckle.store. Love you to death and enjoy the episode. Chucklers, what you are about to see is a raw, uncut, third attempt at a Markiplier episode as our final guest episode on Chuckle Sandwich.
We had some run-ins with Mark before. Safe to say they were not good enough to post. But we figured as the podcast is coming to an end next week, we would post this one for you all to watch.
Please be advised that the imagery that you may see on your screen may be shocking.
And disturbing.
It may be upsetting to children under the age of 12.
It may be upsetting to people over the age of 12.
In fact, it may be shocking to everyone from 0 to 120 if someone could even live that long.
My grandma didn't.
Because she was killed by Andrew Cuomo.
Well, here it is, everybody.
The Markiplier episode. Welcome to Chuckle Sandwich.
Hi, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Did it start?
We're going.
All right, cool.
It's great to have you back
For the third time.
Yeah.
On the
Chuckle Sandwich.
on Chuckle Sandwich
That's our
podcast. It's
podcast.
you have piercing eyes. I mean, Mark is here on the pod for the third time. Here we go. And it's so glad. I am so glad.
Ticket.
It's pleasant.
Fucking get it together.
I'm pleased to have you here right now, Markiplier, on Chuckle Sandwich. How is the drive?
The drive?
Did
Do you want to talk about LA traffic?
Okay. Well, I
That
mean,
was
it could
stupid.
be better.
I'm sorry he did that.
I'll talk about it.
It was
It's not going to show up anyway.
It's
No one's going to see it, so what does it matter?
Well, we were hoping this one would be good that we could post.
yeah. We
We'd really like to post this one.
we're committed, Mark. We are committed to making sure this goes out into the world. I mean, you know, what's in the past is in the past. You know,
Right. We got to, we'll set our eyes forward. We'll forget. We'll let bygones be bygones. Sorry. I came up with a couple questions if we want to start that segment.
That would be great. That's
Yeah.
what they do on
All right,
podcasts.
let's
This
start
is
it.
something,
Do you have like intro music or something?
not currently. I mean, we usually edit that in.
Usually goes in the.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, just let me know when we're ready to go because I need to get the energy up.
We're
going. We're ready,
going, man.
We are here. Markiplier's on the podcast. Everyone, please.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes. And we're so happy to have you here. And we
I-
have questions for you.
And Mark, ever since I saw.
Oh, let me interrupt you.
Okay.
I just wanted to say thank you, both of you, for it's great to have an opportunity to reinvent who you are and reintroduce yourself because there's no opportunity for a second introduction. There's a
Absolutely.
saying about that.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone deserves a second chance.
Or a third. I mean, there's some. As long as forgiveness exists, chances also do.
We don't need to forgive.
Oh,
Okay. Anyway, yeah. Questions?
Yeah. This is something that I've been thinking about ever since I saw you on my computer for the first time back in, I think it was 2013 with FNAF.
FNAF?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Five Nights at Freddy's. And I was just watching the videos and I was like, man, this guy, he really seems like he knows what he's doing, you know? And as I followed you over the past decade, really, it's only just grown in my mind, and I can't help but ask, Mark, where do you get your ideas from?
For playing Five Nights at Freddy's?
Well, like, okay, so like say an idea comes up in your head, like what happens before that? Like how do you?
Before I have the idea? To make...
Like, say I want to play Five Nights at Freddy's, right? Where does that come from? How do you think that?
I don't just play Five Nights at Freddy's. I do a lot of other things.
Well, yeah, that's why I said ideas.
But you said about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Well,
Yeah,
I
like
was
a
using that as an
long
example, sir.
You should have just clarified more than Five Nights at Freddy's. He does more than that.
When you think of like, okay, let's use Iron Lung as an example, your movie, right? Where does that idea come from?
What?
Where does that idea come from? What? Iron Lung's a game?
Yeah, it's a game.
What's
Idiot. Fucking idiot, dude. Sorry.
the movie's not? What's the movie called?
No, it is.
Oh,
Online, and then I click on it, and then I download it, and then I play it, and then
that's
I'm
where
done.
the idea comes from.
Yeah, it's not even an idea.
Okay.
It's just
What made you like?
It's a job.
I do it. I've been doing it full time for like 5 years. I actually just passed the 5-year mark. Mark. Fuck.
Look,
He's usually never like this.
You guys seem really nervous.
No. Markiplier. No. We are professionals. We've been doing this for 4 years. What? We've been doing this for 4 years. We are experienced at this, and Mark, you're a titan of the industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Man.
Yeah. Thanks.
A lot of people are like, where's Mark? What's he going to do?
Yeah. Where's Mark?
Sir, is that the question?
Well, no. Well, I mean, the question is, the question that I was going to ask you is like, I mean, where does it? I mean, we know where Mark began, but where does Mark and where does he go
Where
from
do
here?
I die?
Well,
I hope that never happens.
We hope.
Why would you
you'll
even
never
bring that
die.
up?
It's going to happen to everyone.
But we hope. Yeah, but no, that was great. We hope you never die, though. We don't ever want you to die, Mark.
I'm gonna. I mean, you can't stop that.
That's true.
Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah, you're gonna die.
You seemed more sure about that one than you seemed with him.
I don't know. He seems like he's got life left in his eyes. What's those tears? Are you crying?
I'm not. I'm sorry. I have allergies.
So yeah, I mean, I hope that when I die, that it's something heroic. It'd be a shame if it was boring or something like that.
A Viking's death.
No, I don't want to be at
You're
war.
right. That was stupid. That was stupid.
Maybe like an alien invasion or something. That'd be cool.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Hell yeah.
You know, or like a heart attack or something.
That's how my grandpa's did it.
I've had one before.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a real one?
Yeah.
You had a heart attack?
Yeah.
Why?
Come on, ask my heart. I don't know.
I
Actually,
thought we
no,
were
I
having
got a real
heart-to-heart
reason.
right here. Sorry, sir.
sir. Look, I was drinking. I can't drink, right? Because I'm half Korean, and I discovered this by having a heart attack, right?
Oh.
Yeah, so I was...
Just don't put it away. Put the fucking shit away. What the fuck? There was You're half Korean.
Yeah, so I can't drink.
Oh.
Yeah, because, yeah.
What was I even thinking?
Is that... What aspect of being Korean is that? What is that?
No, it's because
why?
they don't drink.
They don't?
In Korea, no, dude.
Actually,
it's illegal.
No, Korea is like the second highest consuming alcohol per capita country in the world. But half of the population has a genetic defect where they can't break down alcohol properly.
Oh, I think this is Asian flush.
Asian flush, yeah.
Ah,
That's probably what makes it so fun.
Go on. No, I want to hear the end of this thought.
Well, because like if you can't break it down and it stays in your system, that means you get more time with it.
Yeah.
Right?
It's so fun.
Yeah. But I mean, not for you, because you and Ted. Fucking
talking to him.
Because you had a heart attack because of it.
Yeah, well, alcohol is broken down in two-stage process. So first, alcohol is broken down to acetaldehyde, which is actually a carcinogen and a poison. Then that's broken down into sugar and water.
Okay.
So what is the problem in this deficient enzyme is the second stage of the process doesn't happen as quickly as it should, so that byproduct acetaldehyde builds up in your system, and that can cause a lot of issues, cause flushing. It's more of like an inflammation reaction, kind of like an allergic thing. It's actually quite unpleasant. So not fun.
It's not fun for him, Schlatt.
Yeah, not fun.
I'm sorry.
So,
sorry I said the thing about the Koreans.
What did you say about Koreans?
No, that it was illegal to drink.
Oh, that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's been so many Mark hairs over the years. Hair from Markiplier. Markiplier has so many hairdos. Right now, you've got long hair. You used to have short hair. Are we ever going to see red hair Markiplier again?
I caught one.
Oh.
You sure that's mine?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, this is... Yeah, I had dyed hair a long time ago. At this point, it's that's about 7
like
8
that
years
one,
ago
that
now.
one with the bottom left.
That let's say that hair thing is so long ago. It was before you even were doing content. So it's like a lifetime ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't mean to correct you, but I have been doing content since I was like 11. Okay,
Were you?
But not yes.
Were you really?
Yes, but not
like officially,
not professionally.
Like as a job.
No, not as a
You
job.
had a camera. You were like,
I had a camera.
Hey, Mom, look at me.
I had a camera. I was
I'm
running.
a content
Okay, well,
creator.
here's what me and my buddy would do. We'd get together and we'd film with my daddy's webcam, and we'd run around and do psh, 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 and we'd Photoshop a single frame of a muzzle flare in, because we saw this Freddie W video that was really cool.
Yeah.
Called Claymores, where he sits a bunch of claymores down and he just shoots people. And I was like, oh, man, we should do that. Yeah. But that didn't start making money until like 2019. But that's like, you know, like I was still doing it before.
You were 11 in 2019?
No. I was 19 and 20 in 2019. I'm saying that I was before that. Like when I started, I was 11. And it took me like 8 years for me to start making money and do it professionally.
If you started at when you were 11, what year was that?
2011.
So you've been doing content longer than me.
Really?
No.
Who's ready to play some
Charlie!
Dungeons and Dragons?
No,
Man, I keep
no,
fucking
this
singing
is-
God.
I'm fucking sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Charlie,
Oh, shit.
this is... Charlie, tomorrow. Tomorrow
thought
is
today
Dungeons
was
and
the-
Dragons. No, it's
Texted
tomorrow.
me, you said it was today.
You know, you came here. That doesn't make me violate the restraining order, okay? Like, I didn't want to be in this distance. You
He has
came
a
here,
fucking
all
restraining
right?
order against you?
Charlie,
No, he has a restraining order on me
What did you do?
because he's a
to him?
pussy.
What did you do to him?
I'm not legally obligated.
Charlie,
I'm
what
not
did-
legally obligated to
What did
say,
he
all
do to
right?
you?
Why
What
don't you
did-
make those fucking episodes live so everyone can decide?
Charlie,
Is that why you left?
Charlie, I'm telling you right now.
Is that why you left?
Give us this chance right now. We know what happened last time. Give us this chance now. Just
You
get,
had him on again.
just get.
You had him on again without me.
Okay, just Charlie,
With
please,
him, with Tucker.
please. Oh,
Charlie's got to go. We got it.
I don't gotta go.
Tucker,
I don't, I,
Tucker,
I,
get him
I
outta here.
Built this fucking. I built the.
Tucker,
podcast.
get him outta
I
here.
literally-
Sitting
I built
down.
the podcast.
Yeah,
I
you're
literally
gone.
built
You're
the
done,
podcast.
dude.
I'm
You're
gone.
done.
You're gone. You're gone.
D sucks,
You're gone.
and you're
You're
outta
playing
here.
it. You're playing it. You made a character with me. You love it. You love it.
Guys!
Keep it rolling.
Stop!
Keep it rolling.
Stop! Chill the fuck out!
Okay,
I'm sick of you.
Mark, I'm so sorry. Hi.
You're acting like this is the first time.
Okay. No, but
I'm
but
sorry. I just.
That's two. That's two. That's two.
just get the ice.
Ow, fuck. Oh,
Stupid
shit.
fuck.
Oh, my ass.
This is.
Oh,
Fucking shit, dude.
yeah, man. Okay. I just thought today was like we were gonna have fun.
Oh,
God, now I'm sitting on dice. You got me sitting on a D20, you fucking idiot.
I hear you were in a.
Playing your stupid
dude, I'm
nerd
playing my
shit.
fucking-
You look ridiculous. You look ridiculous.
You would think it was cool if it was tomorrow.
okay.
And what happened to you? You were in an iron lung. Great, you got better.
I'm not allowed to talk to him.
Charlie, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
and he's bringing up the movie now, too. You know he can't talk about the movie.
There's a movie?
Charlie, get
I thought
out
you
of
had,
here.
like,
What are
the-
you
the
doing
raps-
here?
I'm enjoying. I'm loving the vibes. Are you?
Yeah, they could just zoom in here, and that doesn't exist.
Dude, now you're getting me
My
cut out
boy.
of the fucking Markiplier.
I'm so
podcast.
sorry.
Maybe let me scoot
You
in. Maybe
get-
scoot
No,
in.
I don't
Maybe
wanna
scoot
be-
in. We can all be in the fucking shot.
I hope it's a really slow crop that it's like slowly punching in.
So
Stop!
Mark,
Stop!
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dude!
so Mark,
Yeah.
you got a new movie coming out,
You're fucking me
Yeah.
right now.
and it's gonna be,
You're fucking me.
it's gonna be,
You're fucking
it's
me
gonna
in
be
my
good.
shit.
You're working hard on it.
Of course, it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's any challenges along the way.
So many. Yeah, it's a movie.
Damn, that's so true.
After you left, the podcast didn't make as much money.
Charlie, you gotta get out of here.
Dude, get him
I'm
the
not
fuck.
even here. I'm not even cropped in. I'm not even cropped
You
in.
gotta get the
We'll
the
see you
dice.
tomorrow.
Fine, I'll go
Please,
where
we'll
I'll
see-
go
take
where
the
you put
dice.
the people when you don't want them to say a fucking
Take
thing.
your stupid dice.
Good.
You're scaring the dog.
They're
He's
never even-
shaking.
they're never
Okay,
even
go
gonna
play Google
They're never
for
even gonna
us.
cut over.
Jesus.
You want to play this
He's
Christ.
gonna
game?
call the cops again.
I'm sorry.
He's gonna call the cops.
This isn't how I
there's no
wanted this to
problem.
go. I don't think this is how any of
This
us
is
wanted
he's
this
on,
to
you
go.
think
he's
it was
on
better
our
before?
show. I'm not on his show.
You
We
left.
were at least.
Markiplier doesn't want you here, and we don't want you here. It's over. You got to get over it. That's a term of endearment. And you're gone. And you're 10 feet under.
Are you praying?
So
Whatever, man.
I think that
Okay, no, we're set.
We're set.
We're set.
we're set.
We're gonna reset.
We're gonna reset.
Hey, Charlie,
Can we?
pay
He's
attention.
still on the. What is he doing?
I'm paying attention, dude.
We can't even see what you're doing, man. It's not even on the
Use
television.
a mouse, motherfucker.
I'm using the.
Fuck.
I'm sorry, man. I have another question. Okay.
Did you have one before?
Yeah, the ideas.
No. All right.
Was that not
No.
okay?
But go for it. Yeah, it's cool.
w-
Charlie.
wouldn't-
Charlie.
I had it, and now you just took me out of
You're
it. Ted.
offended.
I'm
the
sorry.
guest.
He's pulling up Darkiplier.
This is what if everyone opened their eyes for a second and they looked at you. This is what they'd
We don't think that you're
They'd say.
evil.
Well, all right. I'm responding to you and legally not to him.
Okay.
He's not evil. Misunderstood more than anything.
He's misunderstood. Okay.
Yeah, it's like there's a deeper layer in there. There's like several different inspirations that I draw from this character. Just very passionate about it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
But not
showing
evil.
His eyes are just
Surely.
darkness.
Don't try to sell this
Surely
to me.
not. No.
Just
No.
darkness.
Don't try to sell this to me.
I'm not.
Charlie, you're scaring the dog.
Because he has a little mind and it is
You're
still
scaring
moldable.
Juno.
Impressionable.
And I can still
You're
teach
scaring
this
Juno.
guy that is a bad man.
Okay. Charlie, you've made your point. We can talk
Can
about it
somebody
another
get him
time.
out of here?
We'll see you tomorrow, man.
We'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
well, you will see me tomorrow. And you'll see me tonight too, because I'm sleeping in the studio.
Okay. You can, but we
Okay.
just give us this
I'm
chance.
sleeping here.
We need this chance, Charlie. It's our third try, please.
Hey. Poopy break. Poopy.
Poopy.
Sick.
I do have to go. I do actually have to go.
Okay.
Mark,
we're so sorry. We're so sorry that
Which one?
We're so sorry that we did not. He was supposed to come tomorrow. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I was like, it's just like the evidence is here. It's not my fault.
Okay, you're right. It isn't your fault. It was you didn't do anything.
Mark,
Okay,
I got a question.
We're back.
I have a question.
We're back.
Okay, so at some point over the past 10 years, you decided to get hot. What
So true.
inspired that, and how did you do it?
Autofocus.
A lot of it's the hair.
Get out!
Like,
Get
a lot
out
of
of
it's the
here!
hair.
Stop.
I
You
started using
stop.
product.
Go.
It was
No,
like
no,
a
no, no,
product
no, no,
thing.
no, no,
and
no,
I
no,
started
no, no,
taking,
no,
like,
no, no.
Like I just started taking it a
Go.
lot
If
more
that'll get you out of
seriously.
here. If that'll get you out of here.
I just started taking it a lot more seriously.
Go.
No, get
You're
out
gonna
of
push
here.
the guy
No,
around who's
dude,
holding the dog.
You're
gonna
done.
push the dog around?
Go.
Yeah, I am.
You're gonna push the dog
Yeah, because you're
around.
the dog.
That's
Go, Charlie. No. You
what?
go. You
I'm
got.
just trying to give this to you.
Excuse me.
Please. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
But will you?
Can you just scoop
No,
back a little?
Juno
No.
likes me more.
No.
Juno likes me more.
Okay,
Give me
that's
Juno.
fine.
And
That's
not
fine.
you. And not you.
Why don't we see what the dog thinks of Mark?
Put
huh?
Juno.
No.
Put Juno
Just,
right here.
please.
Get him. What do you mean get him? Juno.
Stop trying to
Juno.
sick the dog on Markiplier, please.
Juno. Oh,
Okay.
okay.
That's right.
Thank you. Charlie. Oh my God.
Stop, dude. It's over.
Nonchalant sort of thing.
Yeah, and your lob fell off. Look how dumb you look.
Project.
Okay. Tucker.
Yeah,
Get him.
I'm on it.
Use your Marines McMap. He was in the Marines, so he has the McMap. He's got
Mullet now.
McMap.
You got a mullet. You got a LA on me.
It's more to Russell. It's more lovable. I'm more lovable. Hey! Don't forget what they fucking took away from you. They're trying to replace me with this big, beefy man. So what? You did a couple years. So what? You think you're better than me? You think you're better than me? You're not. You're not better than me. You're not. No.
Is
Don't take my voice away. No.
multiple factors, right? Both genetics and, all about just self-care and self-love. I find that if you hate yourself, you become ugly.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yes. If you hate yourself, you become ugly.
Yeah, that's true.
And so how? And you love
I
yourself.
love me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. What do you love most about you?
I mean, isn't it obvious?
I would hope it would. I want it to be so. What?
Isn't it obvious?
Your luscious locks?
No.
No. Fuck. Your work ethic.
It's not a personality thing.
Your ears. You got nice ears. He's got nice ears.
He does have nice ears.
Everybody says that about.
All right, whatever.
I did research beforehand.
Mhm.
I've seen articles, Vogue,
Yeah.
Deadline, Politico.
Mhm.
They're all saying
The Blaze.
the Blaze, the Sun. They're all saying, "What's this guy's ear routine? What's his ear routine? What's he doing with those ears?"
Dude, this
Somebody
is
get-
stupid.
somebody-
I don't,
Am I wrong?
this is not like when he,
I know we didn't talk about this, but
when we invited him on, we're not going to talk about his ears. We had a conversation about this.
I just thought
there's a lot. He's just like us. Okay.
except with incredibly beautiful ears.
Yeah, I'm not like you guys. Come on.
Right?
Yeah,
No,
it's like-
yeah. It's ridiculous that he would mention that. Yeah. So, but just so I know what you were implying, but just so everyone else knows.
Yeah.
What do you like the most about yourself?
What?
The thing
What
you
did
like
you
the most
just
about
say?
yourself is. The thing that you like the most about yourself is.
Look, as much as I would like to go on and on about myself, I do want to leave people with the impression that the wisdom that I impart on them is far more important than my looks, my extremely good looks.
Right. No. Yeah. You're beautiful,
about-
but you have a beautiful mind.
And it's not about the work ethic either. It's about
Fuck the word that guy.
it's about the puzzle of thought process that goes on in my head, you know?
Yeah.
The absolute maze of intellect.
Yeah. Cacophony of
Don't try to use
equations.
big words.
Oh, I'm
Some
sorry.
would say,
That's my bad.
You can use small words if you want.
some would say, smart mind big.
Smart mind big. Markiplier have smart mind. Markiplier smart
Use 3-syllable words
Okay.
only.
That is confusing.
Oh my God. 2 syllables.
Okay.
This episode of Chuckle Sandwich is sponsored by Acorns. Last year, Save More Money was America's most popular New Year's resolution. Clearly, a lot of us feel like our money's slipping through our fingers. I know it's happening for Schlatt. He's got to make rent. Between streaming apps, delivery fees, and tips on self-checkout machines, it's easy to lose track. I'll tell you a way I wasted money last year. A gym membership. I don't go. I'm playing basketball with my best friend Hassan, okay? But I still think I'm going to go lift weights. I don't know why. Luckily, there's Acorns. Acorns makes it easy to start automatically saving and investing so your money has a chance to grow for you, your kids, and your retirement. You don't need to be an expert. Acorns will recommend a diversified portfolio that fits you and your money goals. And you don't need to be rich. Acorns lets you invest with the spare money you've got right now. You can start with $5 or even your spare change. Basically, Acorns does the hard part so you can give your money a chance to grow. Chucklers, if you're looking to start investing, I recommend checking out Acorns. Head to acorns.com/chuckle or download the Acorns app to start saving and investing for your future today. Paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Tier 1 compensation provided. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors, LLC, and SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/chuckle. I know that you all think I'm sort of a fashion god these days, what with my cool rings and my hip and trendy demeanor. But I have a confession, Chucklers. If I had to maintain this level of high fashion in the winter, I'd be lost. Let's be honest, winter dressing can be a real challenge for men. A hoodie makes you look like you're rushing to finals, while a blazer makes it feel like you're heading to a funeral, and that's just sad. Enter Bird Dog's classic quarter zips. The perfect middle ground. Whether you're hitting the golf course or heading on a first date, Bird Dogs are your new go-to for effortless style and comfort, Chucklers. And let's talk about pants. We all know you struggle to find a perfect pair. Well, Bird Dog's stretch khakis give you the look of dressed up sophistication with the stretch and flexibility that you need. I'm wearing them right now, actually. Check it out. No. It's not for you. Unlike other athleisure pants that make you look too casual or shiny, Bird Dog stretch khakis give you the comfort you crave without sacrificing style. I will say this is probably the comfiest quarter zip I've ever worn. It's nice and stretchy. I don't know. I feel limber. I feel good in this. Look at that. I look ripped. Chucklers, for a limited time, our listeners are getting a free hat with any order when you use code CHUCKLE at birddogs.com. You get their best-selling hat completely free when you use the code CHUCKLE at birddogs.com. Once again, that's code CHUCKLE at birddogs.com.
Mark.
Welcome, Mark, to Chuckle Sandwich.
Thank you.
We are so excited to have you on. Actually, we are so excited to have you
Yes.
on. We're not afraid of you. Well, a little
Maybe
bit.
you should be a
Little
little,
bit. Little bit.
A little bit.
No.
Little bit. It was definitely a fun mystery getting you on, of me sending this to just a vague email and then having you respond, and it was like, got it, I'll be there. And like I was like, he's incredible. He's incredible.
I email so succinctly that people think I am incredibly rude, but that's just because I usually in 2 seconds I'm like, I have to respond to this or I'll forget
That's
entirely.
exactly what I thought it was. I thought it was just like boom, boom. And I was like, yes, okay, we got it.
Yeah.
No, I was, but it was like, sort of, it was like this, since you've been sort of like this guest that we were like, oh, what if we got Mark on? So like when in the process of getting you scheduled, I was just like, it was part of the mystique of it.
You okay?
Yeah, there's a hair in my mouth.
So he's also just
I
kind
see
of like
every time
this.
you open your lips, another one of the dog's hairs just goes. Whoosh, whoosh.
It's like it's going in to replace its spot.
Juno's freaking. She's lovely, but oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know if this is a guy or a girl.
It's a girl.
What's funny about this, some people, I'm pretty sure out in the YouTube sphere, some people probably think that I'm so busy and unapproachable, but I joke about this with Ethan all the time is like, man, I sure wish people would ask me to do things.
Really?
But everyone was always like, Mark's probably busy. I don't want to bother him. And meanwhile, I am busy a lot of the time, but most of the time it's just like, well, I really like to do something.
Really? When was the last time you came on a podcast? That wasn't...
When was the last time? I don't even know.
You were on Impulsive 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was probably the last time.
Really? Wow. This is your first podcast appearance other than Distractable in 2 years?
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty hype.
That's good.
That's pretty high.
Yeah. That's good.
But it's mostly just because everyone just assumes I'm always so busy.
That's
I'll
so
try to
funny.
make time. Yeah.
That's
so
like
reach out to Markiplier.
No.
Everyone.
Okay.
And here's his email on screen. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, something I that we definitely couldn't have achieved in that previous state that I definitely want to talk about is the fact that you've been working on your Iron Lung movie.
Mhm.
And as a little film school nerd myself, I just want to hear about like how did that go? I mean, like,
Well, I mean, it was really fun. The actual shoot of it was, a little more rushed than it should have been. It was down to the locations. We were filming in a soundstage, but it's like we only had that soundstage for a little bit, and we were already like pushing up against it. I would have loved another week there. It was not so much about the budget of just like having people there. It was like literally the location,
right?
Because we needed a specific place because we had to. Filming in Austin, there's only so many sound stages, and we needed to basically the whole set needed to be mounted into the concrete floor because it was. I'm at this point I've been so secretive about it. Like we did the whole thing on what's called a NACMO, right?
Okay,
a NACMO. I don't know what the acronym's for, but it's a big motion control rig that you can put like. Something on it and it'll move. It'll move really, really move fast and be able. It can throw.
So you can build up a set within the confines of the NACMO and
basically on top of it.
Okay.
And so you can get motion, and that way you can have controlled, programmable motion if you need it for certain moments.
Like a big flight simulator?
Not that. Look up NACMO, NACMO.
NACMO. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I worded it to him because he didn't hear in the moment.
You searched Nacho?
No, he searched Milo.
Nacho motion?
No, look up NACMO, just NACMO motion control rig.
Motion control rig. Oh,
yeah, this thing is way bigger than you think it is. Yeah, that one top left.
Oh, wow.
That's a smaller version of what we had.
Oh, so you had one that was like maybe twice as...
They make a Minimo, a NACMO, and then the Max.
Megamo.
The Megamo or something like that. And it's crazy. Like that thing is nuts.
That's wild.
And so it was a really fun shoot, and it happened so long ago in my mind now. Yeah. And it's just been a process of... working on it ever since.
Yeah, man. So this is your first. It's a feature. So this is your first, just your directing debut.
Technically, I suppose. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, and with how did? I guess I'm curious about like the like in your head, like what was that moment like when you decided, okay, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna make a feature. Like what led to that decision of like. Kind of take because it is a feature is such an investment and like you're gonna pour your whole fucking soul into something like this. Like I don't know.
I mean, with Space and Heist before that, they're not features in a technical sense, but from a production standpoint, it's extremely similar.
Right.
The only difference is like linear narrative versus branching narrative is what it is, and one's first person, one's like obviously traditionally shot. With this one, like the movie was just like a natural progression of what I wanted to do anyway. And it's just kind of a something that I guess really can teach you a lot. Because that's what I do everything for, is I do it to learn something. And so with a movie, it's like there were skills in there that I did not know, and I knew that I could progress in them. And it seemed like a contained enough idea that it wouldn't explode in terms of complexity, which it did, inevitably. But but yeah, it's that's all it is.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times in my experience with directing, like when I'm working on a project, it turns into like this branching like tree of like, oh, but what if we did this? Oh, but what do you think we could get something like that? And it's like that conversation is, and it's exciting, but then it's also it can balloon a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah.
Well, like, are you comfortable saying, well, like some of these things that you learned that you didn't think that like that surprised you?
So there's probably a couple different filming styles. Not to get, I don't know if you guys want to go too into the weeds of like filmmaking nerddom or something like that.
I got like 10 more stupid questions if you want to.
I do kind of want to hear a little bit of this of the technical.
Let's let Ted have his moment.
I love it. I love it, Mark.
So for me, with the past projects, I like discovery while you're filming. You know, you have your script and you have your plan and your shot list, and you're like, okay, we're going to do this. Right. And then you discover something on set, and it's really nice. Weirdly, with the branching narrative, there's not room for discovery because they have to be so distinct. Occasionally you can, but if like you do something, it'll ripple. Yeah, because it's a pre-planned route, even though there's multiple of them. So you kind of have less discovery than you really would think. With a feature, you have so much discovery. And I always love that part of it. And it's really bad for a schedule, because if you discover something, like say the NACMO was actually a discovery before we started filming.
Oh, okay.
We had a different plan altogether for it, for, motion and stuff like that. And when we realized, when I was told about this by the special effects personnel on set, the practical special effects personnel, that they had used this before on previous features that they worked on. I never even knew it existed.
Yeah.
But then as soon as I looked at it, I was like, that makes the movie. That makes it. Can we get it?
Right.
And it just so happened that, yes, we could. And so this changed everything. Changed the location, because we had to get a floor that we could literally bolt into to mount it, because it's so much weight being thrown around.
Sure.
I had to change like accommodations for the script, because it has weight limits. It has a very high weight limit, but it does have a weight limit. So you have to kind of like think about, okay, the entire set design has to be thought around this thing. The structural integrity of the set has to be thought around this thing, and the forces it's going to subject to it, because that thing can move at half a G of acceleration in pretty much any direction.
Shit. That's crazy. That's like a NASA machine.
It is, basically. It is ridiculous.
Why not just like shake the camera around a little bit?
So there's one out of 9.
No. He's not wrong, because there are many times, you can't always fire this up, because it's sometimes like you need to prepare for it. You need to lock it down. You clear the set around it. You like get out of there. It's up off the ground. You got to get in there. And you can't just take the set off and on it. It's bolted into that thing too. So it's like really permanent. So when we couldn't run it, for whatever reason, we were speed, we had what we were called Team NACMO. Right. So that was 9 people.
I knew that's where it was going to be. Team NACMO. They all wear they all got their shirts.
We had a shirt. We had a shirt made for Team NACMO.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh man. So nice to be able to. I mean, I know I'm probably not supposed to talk about this stuff yet, but I have been holding back on so many stories of this filming process that I've been yearning to tell. And like, these things don't spoil the story at all, but it's fun to talk about the fact that we had NACMO and they were like, well, we need something. Everybody get on.
I mean, that's what's so great about like filmmaking is like, there's so many times that you need to like jerry rig some absurd nonsense and create a solution. I mean, it's pretty much built into the veins of the grip department of like,
that's
that's
wild. Yeah. That's not even as fast as it can go. That's slow.
Really?
They bolted a helicopter to it?
Yeah.
And so the whole thing with Iron Lung is that it's at least the story of the game, as far as I know, is it's about this guy who's a prisoner on this sort of submarine on a far off, like on the Europa, was it? Or like some sort of...
Basically, Quiraptor, all planets and all stars are gone. So it's just all of it's just like barren, empty, rocky moons.
Right.
And it just so happens to be an ocean of blood on one.
Right. It's at the end of the universe. Like, what's that word?
Heat
The word
death.
for it? Yeah, heat death entropy has occurred.
And they
it's-
call it the quiet rapture.
Wow, that's as a
As
base
opposed to the
concept
Jesus one.
is so
Yeah, the loud rapture.
Yeah.
That's a loud light with a lot of lights and a lot of going to heaven.
This is cool even for me because like I said, I mean, I grew up watching kind of a more homebrew version through Freddie W. and Quarter Digital. I mean, me and Ted kind of watched the same exact shit, and he decided to do the actual filmmaking route while I kind of made reaction videos.
That's fair. I did. That's how I started. Not reaction videos, but I tried to do same thing. I watched Freddie W. and Corridor. Have you hung out with the Corridor guys or
I
Freddie?
have not. I think I'd be scared too.
What's
to be
it-
honest. We did a podcast with Freddie,
Yeah, we have Freddie
okay.
on.
Oh, cool.
which was amazing, but the Corridor guys, I haven't.
Oh, they're
spoken to.
lovely. They're lovely. I did like a mini internship over there for
I
a
want to
series.
talk about that.
Oh,
You
yeah,
did
You're
that
washing their
prepare you?
dishes.
Yeah.
Did that prepare you in any way for this movie? Did you take any of that knowledge?
Tiny bit, the tiniest bit. I was having too much fun to actually sit down and learn anything. Because I went into it with being like, I really want to get a real good starter on visual effects and like the process of doing it.
Yeah.
And so that was the justification for me going over work in their office. And then it was just like we were goofing around making videos and that was good too, because I don't usually do a lot of collab stuff. I usually just work on my own. And so being in another office and working with other people, that was really, really fun. And I do know a lot more about visual effects than I did before, but mostly just because in the process of the past year, I've had to make a ton myself. The electrician I was telling you about this morning is actually for my render farm that I've been building.
You built a render farm?
I built a render farm, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
What are you farming?
Render.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pictures, man. One at a time.
Frames.
It's really for simulations. Like that's more than anything. But yeah, also renders as well. And simulations are still very complex to do. You have to distribute them across a lot of computers. It's basically server infrastructure. Got to learn a lot there.
My God, I get scared of even the process of setting up a NAS. So like that. That's crazy.
No, storage is a whole nother beast too. I get scared. I had a hard drive failure like a couple weeks ago.
With the film?
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrifying.
I had backups. I had tons of backups.
Oh,
but still, it was
even
like
the chance, like
yeah, it set me back a few days because just transferring it back onto it or rebuilding the array that I had just like took me out.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah,
man. So I mean, I'm honestly even impressed that like the fact that you showed up because you're like in the midst of like that zone right now where you're like locked in.
Oh no, it's fine.
He doesn't do anything. He just said it.
Yeah, I really am quite boring. Even though I'm working on this stuff, like it is very boring. I wake up, I go to my computer, I putz around for an hour, and before I'm like, come on, you gotta fucking work, man. And then I start at it, and I putz around some more, and then
How much time is spent between like the Markiplier stuff and then the directorial stuff?
right now too much in this camp, because I don't know. Because I'm editing it, and I'm the only person really pushing it. I mean, there are people on my team that are pushing it, but it's like it's my idea, and I brought it up, so it's like it only feels right for me to carry it through. And also, I love editing, and I love that process. So it's just like it's got to be a lot of self motivation, but it's like I also take the same approach to my YouTube.
Sure.
I have a lot of editors, but I still, upload, do the thumbnails myself, and I plan the schedule. And if I can't think about that, I can't do it. Even if the videos are there and ready, it's an ADHD thing.
I totally understand
task
that.
switching.
I have to like, when I work with editors, I'll have them do like 80% of the video, and then I have to come in and do like my little things so I can like just make sure it's all cutting in the exact moments that I want it to.
Yeah,
so I get that.
The good news about the YouTube side is I've been working with this guy Lixian for so long. He's incredibly talented, and also just like he's like at this point in terms of like YouTube editing, like I trust him implicitly. I haven't reviewed a video in
Well, you've been working with
years.
Lixian for like literally like 12 years or something like that.
Yeah, pretty early on, like first year he made his first animation for me. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah, it's been great. Super. I'm very lucky to have him and the rest of my editors on the team. Yeah.
Wow.
It gives me time to do shit like this.
Yeah. The quiet rapture. That's effed up. Mark, that's effed up.
I didn't make it.
Yeah, I didn't kill all the
Ask
stars.
David, the developer of the game.
Yeah, I mean, so this was I guess I'm wondering, fucking
Get it together, man.
I
Get
know,
it together.
I had a notion of a thought. This is ADHD moment here. The notion of a thought, and then you just can't get it out. Like, was there more than one game that like you had an interest in making, or did you always know it was like I want to do Iron Lung?
I mean, at first, you know, I didn't really know what I would do. I just knew, I'll make a kind of single location-ish horror movie would be probably what I'm looking for. Not because that genre is like my favorite. It's just because it's manageable, right? It seems like a target that I can hit, and something that I could carry on. If I had to do a lot of stuff myself, I could probably do that. And so I tried to aim for something in that target. And so this one just seemed like a natural fit. And also when I reached out to David Szymanski, he was interested. Yeah. So that's also a big part of it. You know, I reach out to him being like, hey, you ever want to make a movie? He's like, sure.
You want to make a movie with me?
Yeah, he's a cool guy. We worked a lot together on, you know, the script and like the story. Cause you know, when he made the game, he didn't really think too much about the bigger universe. So it's like we had to flesh a lot of that out. So you got to do a little bit of extra world building. Yeah. That's fun. Yeah, it was very good.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Yep. Anyway, non-film stuff.
Yeah, sorry, man. I'm just such a fucking nerd, man. I can't handle it. I'm just such a fucking nerd.
I have about $10 million.
Whoa.
Keeps going up.
You have more, I'm assuming. At what point are you able, because I know you went to engineering school. I was a computer scientist.
Right.
We are probably both very analytical, kind of left-brained when it comes to, you know, the future and uncertainty and all that. At what point are you able to be like, you know what? I'm good. I can focus more on the creative stuff instead of constantly working at the 9 to 5.
I pretty much only do the creative stuff, but that's also how I've been this entire time. I do everything in my power to not think of what I do as a business in any way. Yeah. I don't like the business side of things, so I have other people that usually take care of stuff like that. But you know, you can't avoid it sometimes. For me, what I love about it is the process, the actual like mind-numbing, like late night process of it. That to me is everything in making things. Business side is a side effect, you know. It's the natural conclusion, you know. It's what has to happen because with this kind of stuff and making YouTube content, the way that you do it is advertising and all that stuff, and you have to manage. But for me, it's always been, all I care about is making things. All I want to do is make things. All I want to do is just like sit. I want to have as many reasons as I can to leap out of bed in the morning. That's what got me started in YouTube, is just, I was so excited that I could make something. It didn't matter what I made. Right then it was like, I can make a Let's Play, or I can make a compilation of my Let's Plays. Let's try it. So I would get out of bed because I didn't have anything like that up until that point in my life. So I've just been chasing that feeling ever since.
Was there ever a moment in your career where you were like, fuck, I don't really want it? Like, do you ever have a project that you were working on where it was like kind of rough?
Please? Well, yeah, they're all rough. Yeah, they're all rough. It's all hard. It all sucks. Like, man, I tell you, when I was doing this month-long kind of solo excursion in Austin, I was doing pickup shots for this, and I was getting some great stuff. There were days that were like the peak of the peak. I was so happy. I was like, I could die right now, and all I would regret is that I couldn't do this a little more, you know? And then I would have days where it was like the lowest of the low. Nothing was going right. And I'm alone in a warehouse. Like, I'm not going to lie. There were days where I broke down crying because I'm like, I felt just worse than I ever could possibly feel. I went a whole day where nothing was right. Every single thing that I got wasn't working as soon as I tried in the edit. And I wasted an entire day doing nothing. And I was miserable the whole time because it was so hot and I was dying of sweat. Lowest of the low day.
Thank you, Austin, Texas, for that.
And in a warehouse with the sun beating.
So you were hot. Like, were you literally by yourself for these pickup shots?
Yeah.
Wow. What were you shooting on? What were you shooting on? Like the camera?
Red Raptor X.
Rock on.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, but the lens is really what it's all about.
Yeah, I mean, there's some expensive lenses. I used to work at a camera rental house in Atwater Village, and one time I had to transport some lenses, and they were like, I think they were like Canon K35s. They shot The Handmaid's Tale on those. These are $250,000 lenses, and they made
doesn't make sense.
They made me go prove my like car insurance so I could drive it from like that place to Allen Gordon. And it was in my like it's out front, my 2002 Toyota Tacoma. That thing's a piece of shit and always will be. So I was like driving and I was like, and nothing goes wrong on the streets of Los Angeles. Yeah, but so what? Do you know what lenses offhand that you shot?
Yeah, they're Minolta Records, so they're vintage lenses from the 70s, and they were only recently rehoused for the first time just prior to us filming this movie. So we were one of the first features that actually shot on them. And I fell in love with them immediately. I was never a lens guy before that, but then I was like, I got really down it because I got to know my DP a lot more, and so he's big on this kind of like vintage look, and I was never like, oh, what is the difference? And then I saw, what we were getting out, like, oh,
yeah. Once it gets to that level of like fidelity with like the cameras and stuff, I mean, it just gets ridiculous.
Yeah. So part of the past years is me learning a lot more about the art of filmmaking, the actual like finding of those frames, the balancing of lighting, and like the really engaging images that you can make. Because before I thought I was like, I know my way around a camera. I've done tons of stuff. I didn't know shit when it came down to like actual cinema. And so I rented this a few times, and then I had rented it so much that I ended up paying more in rentals than the camera cost itself. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna make an investment. I'm gonna use it for a future. I bought the Raptor before the X version came out, 2 weeks before it came out. I was so mad. And then I went to, this is a whole other story. Like I went to the place I bought it from, and I was like, can you please exchange it? Can we do a swap? Can we swap it? And they were like, no, we can't. And I'm like, please, I've done so much business with you. Can you please? And eventually they worked out something with Red.
Oh, that's good.
But it's the tools, I'm not saying everyone needs this camera when they go out there, but also this is not the most expensive camera out there.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
how much is this camera?
I mean, the brain is.
What do you mean the brain?
No, that's what they call it.
They call that a brain?
Yeah. So it's like you've got the brain there, which is just literally pretty much the sensor and all of the connectors that lead to the rest of the camera. But then what a DP or a second or a first would do is they build out and they'd put the whole camera rig around it with little bars, and then you'd get the lens on there, and then you'd hook up the Teradek,
wireless transmitter,
the Fizz Kid, which is like lets a first AC remotely control the focus control and stuff. You can
Why
build
not
this
just use autofocus?
Okay, because it's not that good yet.
Actually, there's been recent developments in this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because DJI's LiDAR focus, they recently released an upgraded standalone version of their LiDAR. I actually used it a little bit here for the first time, and it was really good.
Really?
I was actually quite good.
Damn.
And when
I'm fucking wrong, Schlatt.
No. I would rather have a person there doing this than trusting, I hope that autofocus got it.
Yeah.
This is really just in a situation that no one would be doing a movie in. When you're by yourself filming yourself, YouTube style. Like you would not just want to do this for the whole thing. But in a pinch, it can work.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose if you had like some sort of like, if you had like a mounted camera and and you only had one focus point that you were trying to keep up on. Yeah. But a lot of times, to answer your question, usually like in film, like if you've got a long shot or something, like pulling focus and changing where the audience is looking in the frame and in the depth of it is like it's a time-based thing. So it's like if it's autofocus, it's like, it's just gonna be focused on whoever's closest in the frame the whole time.
It's an art form. There's so many little art forms that go into filmmaking, from the pulling of focus, the lighting, just the data management is an art form in itself. The lenses, the visual effects, the sound. Man, capturing sound is the biggest puzzle. Like it's good sound. Such a puzzle.
I'm so glad I'm not a sound guy.
Yeah.
All right. So you're crying on the floor of this warehouse.
Yes, I am. Yes.
And then you go there again tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you do the same thing.
Yeah.
How do you reset?
I want to make the movie.
You want to make the movie.
That's the only thing that I need to know is I want to make it. It doesn't matter if I have a bad day. It's like the only reason I'm upset about the bad day is because I worry that like, oh man, it's gonna set me back on making this movie. I might not be able to make it as good as I want to make it. So like I don't get discouraged. I get encouraged because I'm like, fuck, I got to really dig this day because my goal is not to have a good day. My goal is to make the movie. And by focusing on that, as opposed to the day that I'm having, even though, I'm human, I can't ignore it sometimes, but I wake up and I'm like, I really got to dig today because I don't have too many opportunities left to do this.
Here's a question I have that could relate to that a little bit that I thought of a little bit earlier that I think you might relate to, but I noticed this phenomenon where, because the only sets that I've done have been like the max as of the last like 3 years have been like a 2-day shoot. So obviously you have a lot more larger timelines that you're dealing with. But one thing I've noticed is that like on those particular days, because there was I don't know if it was because there was so much riding on me as a director to make everything work, but I felt like until it was wrapped for that day, I felt like I had a somewhat infinite tank of like energy that like I've never felt like that in any other circumstance where it's like when you enter on set, it was like, I was just going. And like, I wouldn't have noticed if I was tired or something.
Sounds like a flow state.
Could be. But have you ever experienced that before when like,
oh yeah, for sure.
On set, like we're just like,
yeah, because there's so much riding on it. The problem is when you get a longer shoot and the physical
you start
toll,
to
it starts
dissolve.
to take
The flow state starts to there starts to be ripples,
and then
in the
your
flow.
days get slower, and it's like, and then you have your weekend, and you go like, I'm resetting, I'm zenning out, I go get a massage, I get to build a shot list, it'll be fine. Then Monday's like, Monday, and then Tuesday's like, kill us, kill all of us. Yeah, so it's ups and downs.
Yeah, so I imagine on the longer timeline, it's maybe that flow state's a little hard to keep up, but like just as long as you get a reset, then you can keep it going.
Yeah, man.
Is it a matter of just keeping doing it every day, or do you feel like the time off rejuvenates you more?
I don't know, because this is not bragging. I don't want anyone else to actually think that this is the right thing. I haven't taken a weekend and I don't take weekends. So I don't think of like days off, and I should, because I do believe that rest is very, very good. You cannot grind at something forever, even if you want to. But at the same time, I don't practice what I preach. I work all the time. And it's that same reason. It's like, I love it, and I'm so afraid of not being able to do everything I could. So that combination is sometimes very good, sometimes very bad, Yeah. But yes, it's very good to take breaks. Do take breaks.
It is important.
It's
Keep your mental health
important.
high.
Yeah.
I don't want this to become a therapy session, but I think,
But I'll make it.
but here we go.
Yes.
I think I reached a point where,
I think this is good. It is suitable though. I feel like it's just based on where we're at with the pod and all that, it's gonna.
I think I reached a point where everything I had set out to achieve from a kid watching people like you and Freddie and Nico and Sam and Scene Enters and Woody's Gamer Tag, all the people I looked up to, that was all I really set my eyes on. And half my life later, I have kind of achieved everything that I wanted to do in a way. And, I look at a lot of the old school YouTubers who have kind of moved on and have kind of, expanded their horizons past being a YouTuber, like you directing a movie. And in my head, I'm like, man, I guess, but like, I don't know. It was always kind of just being a YouTuber for me. And now that I've kind of gotten into the swing of things, it's like, man, this feels more like a job than anything else.
Yeah. How old are you?
25.
25. I was about the same age when I had the same thing. I think it was 27. I hit my goal.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a big YouTuber. Hit it. you know, then another year goes by and you're like, okay, now what? You know, so I was there. I'm not saying it's the same situation, but, you know, before I started doing any kind of other project, you know, because you got to remember that for me, that was still 8 years ago for me. So there were many years there after I hit my goal, and I was happy that I hit my goal. And then I got progressively sadder because there was nowhere left to climb. And it took a very long time for me to realize that it wasn't that I wanted to make movies. It wasn't that I wanted to make a choose your own adventure. It's that I thought back to why I actually started in the first place. And why I actually started was not to be a big YouTuber. It's because everything in my life was out of my control. Every single thing that was going on in my life before I started YouTube was out of my control. I had nothing to hold on to. I got laid off from my job. I had a terrible relationship. I had my appendix was removed. And during that, they found I had a tumor in my adrenal gland. Like, all these things were out of my control. And I felt miserable that I had nothing to show for all the years that I had been alive up until that point. And so I was like, if I don't find something, I will never be happy. And that's why I started YouTube. And it took me, even after I hit my goal on YouTube, and I had kind of thought about it, this is still like 3 years. I'm condensing a lot into a very long period of time. But even that, you know, it started with baby steps of like, okay, if I want to make something and take control of my life and do something that I feel is fulfilling, what is that? So I just did the same thing when I started YouTube. I didn't start with YouTube. I tried a bunch of things. I tried making a comic, programming a game. I tried learning different languages. I tried, you know, making art. I switched majors from engineering to art school just to see if it would make a difference. I tried thing again and again. I started wanting to do Freddie W stuff and Corridor. Didn't work. Didn't know how to do any of that. And
eventually you got around to it in one way.
Eventually, yeah. But with what I do now, it started because my brother said, hey, some people like to watch people play video games. And I was like, all right, I'll try that. Don't think it'll go anywhere. You know, and that's all it was. So it wasn't that I had like this burning passion for, you know, reacting and playing games. I love playing games and I like doing that stuff. But it was about, hey, this is something that I can do. And at that point, I could do nothing. So I might as well start here. And then the same kind of adventure started again once I realized I hit that goal. Very long time horizons. A lot of time to self-discovery, but it's like, yeah, that's what led me to here. It's just constantly trying to find that thing I could hold on to.
Wow. That was probably the coolest thing that you could have said to Schlatt. I feel like towards the end of this podcast, that was awesome. And I'm so glad that you shared all of that.
Oh, of course.
That was that was kind of beautiful.
Oh, yeah, man.
So where do your ideas come from?
Oh, wow.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Oh, man, of course. Yeah. If you want to talk further about it, you know, I'm around. Because I like I said, when I've been there, I mean, like, I've been there. I've been year after I had that realization, desperately trying to hold on to more, where you try it harder. I had the year after that where it's like, I don't want to do anything. I had the year after that where I looked at myself in the mirror and realized, holy fuck, I am so much older than I remember. You know, where you see the aging happening on your face. And it's not because, I'm not saying like everyone gets older. It's because of the stress I was putting on myself. And so, and that would be fine if there was a good reason for it. If I could look at myself and be like, man, I've suffered for this, but the art I made was great.
Right.
I could look at myself in the mirror and be happy about it. But at that point, I look at myself and I was not happy because I had nothing to show for that wear on my body. It was just me trying to hold on to what was already there. And I think that's a trap that a lot of, not just like YouTubers, but a lot of people who pursue anything for themselves get into, is they find the one thing and then they hold on so tight, it crushes it in their grip and they lose any passion for it, or they'll just let go because they're like, I'm tired of holding on to this.
When you say that, do you mean like a specific like niche or something, like on YouTube specifically? Because I feel like I've seen that before where it's like somebody finds a thing that works and then that kind of stops working. And then, I mean, that's how a lot of burnout happens,
Yeah,
is when the
they
thing
keep
that you
trying.
used to do doesn't work as less anymore, but you're just putting the same amount of effort in.
Yeah.
And it just wears you down.
Yeah, it's you know, I see it with like a lot of people that specialize in, like, not calling anyone out in Five Nights at Freddy's, but it was a trap that I could have fallen into.
Sure.
Because I was known as the Five Nights at Freddy's guy. If I'd only done that,
Yeah.
that was definitely a path. And I did a lot of it. Don't get me wrong. I definitely did. But it's like, I didn't want to be known as like the guy. I really didn't. It just kind of worked out that way. There's so many other people that know so much more about the universe of Five Nights at Freddy's than I ever could.
Right.
Because they're passionate about it. And it's like, so I encourage people just to try new things, just because you never know because you'll learn one lesson, do something that applies to something else every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny that that's kind of the conversation we had when it came to ending Chuckle Sandwich. This is the second to last episode, and I think a lot of what was on our minds is it's kind of meaningful to be able to, in our position, close the book on something and call it like, okay, that's it. And maybe try something else.
Yeah. That was what Unisonics was all about. You know, with Ethan and I, we were trying to send a message to people that it's okay for things to end. It sucks, but everything does. It's better to have an ending than to watch something fade away, you know?
Yes, that's exactly, That's exactly what we were saying.
I'm a big fan of ending, because an ending is as long as you're still around. That's why with, you know, things like Matt Pat retiring, they didn't air the full video I sent to him. YouTube was making a video. They didn't air it. In it, I was just like, he's not dead, everyone. Come on, he's not going to. Like, you always want to make these things. Yeah, so it's never really, the ending is more for people to have closure on that chapter of what they were doing. And then you can move on. Like, you got to finish something. And that's why I have so much trouble with being like, I can't switch tasks, because like, I have to finish this before I can do anything else. And that's why this movie is like, it's not that I want to retire from YouTube and do this. This is like, this idea deserves every ounce of my effort.
Right.
And I don't know how much it's going to take. So it's a discovery for myself at the same time.
Oh, I hate giving estimations on how long something is going to take. Like, like even with like my manager with like an ad or something, it's like, so you think how long is that video going to take you? I'm like, I've been doing this for like professionally, I suppose, for like, since like 2019. I still don't know how long a video is going to take me to make.
Yeah, next week.
Yeah, I'm just like, I mean, if I have a date I have to make, I'll kill myself to finish it. But other than that, that's the only assurance, is that I know if I have a hard date that can't be moved in any capacity, and it's locked in, I will get it done.
Well,
That's kind of what's
But
kept
it
me
will be bad on the
moving
body.
and keeping on working, is just like setting those dates for myself. Yeah. Damn.
Dude, I feel like this is gonna be.
I'm gonna be stewing on this. Dude.
You're gonna blossom. You're gonna blossom.
Hold on.
You're going to space,
Hold on.
dude.
man, this is the best moment of your life right
This
now.
is the best
I'm
moment.
changing everything.
Markiplier changed your life just now.
You're welcome, man.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see you win all those awards soon.
Yeah, all those streamies and
Think bigger.
Think bigger.
No. Smaller.
The president.
the president,
The vice president.
Maybe like
the congressman,
state congressman.
the governor of New York. He killed my grandma, you know.
Oh.
Director
Yeah.
of the Interior. Secretary of the Interior.
I don't know what the interior is.
The country. The country. The crops.
Yeah, Andrew Cuomo had a thing where he sent COVID patients to nursing homes because the hospitals were full.
Oh.
And didn't let anyone leave, and my grandma was there.
You don't need to bring up
You don't need to bring
up a picture of Andrew Cuomo. We know Andrew Cuomo.
Don't even get me started by his brother.
Sorry. I just totally.
But yeah, the NACMO.
That's not the
That's sick.
NACMO. That's not it. Yeah.
No, that looks like Milo.
That's the nacho.
That's the nacho motion rig.
So whenever this, because we won't talk about release at all in any capacity. But when it is done, the movie and all that, Is that more of a, yes, I did a movie, now on to the next new sort of exciting thing? Or in this process, are you like, I'm hungry and I'm going to keep making them and I'm never going to stop?
Oh, yeah. Well,
you got the taste for blood?
Whenever I'm making a project, it always takes longer than I think. And therefore, I have the idea of the next thing I want to do before I'm done. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's Nick. That's the guy who was our operator. The middle bottom picture, that's Nick.
Oh, cool.
I think, yeah, that's Nick.
There he is.
There he is.
We call him Nick Mo.
Nick Mo.
Yeah, he was such a cool dude. He was so excited because usually it's a helicopter going around and it's not like a submarine in an ocean of blood. Yeah. And so he got to do some things he actually got to, his quote, unleash the NACMO on this one. So it's like,
cool. That's awesome. So is he like his whole thing is NACMO?
Yeah. So I believe that he is like their top operator for it. So he knows it inside and out. And I believe he's part of like the design team. He just, that's his thing. And he's just like a fun dude.
That's great.
So he was very excited. Anytime I asked him, can it go more? And he's like, oh yeah, let me fire up the second generator.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Man.
So very cool.
How do we find a guy like that? I want a guy like that.
Like a guy that is hyper specialized in a specific.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of them in the film industry for sure.
His salary is so high, but worth it, valuable. But it's just like to get an entry level.
Yeah. It's funny. I feel like there's a lot of those types of things in the film world. Like there's like, I feel like for instance, with lenses, I think that there's like only certain companies that know how to rehouse a certain type of lens, or like there's all these little tiny. I feel like a lot of times the film industry at a certain level is like, oh, you want this? You have to travel to this ancient land to find the only person left who knows how to do this thing.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
And one of the lenses for the Minolta Records, one of the rarest ones is the 135 millimeter f2. It's a amazing lens. It's incredible, extremely rare.
How big is it?
It's about yay big, probably weighs like 3 pounds, something like that. Maybe 2.5. But it's extremely hard to find. You go on eBay, there's like not popping up. So I actually had a fan in Germany that had it. There was a local shop not listed online that had it. Now it's those are different ones. You have to look at Minolta Record. MINOLTA space ROKKOR.
ROKKOR.
Yeah. So this lens is extremely rare, amazing. In Germany, this guy found one that was 6 hours away. He crashed his car on the way to get it. Still got it.
Markiplier needs this lens.
Pretty much, yeah. I paid for his car repairs, which made this lens way more expensive than it already was, and it was very expensive. But I was happy because I'm going to pay for it. So he was doing it for me. But yeah, it's like that was how hard it was to get one.
Wow.
Yeah. And so you take this and then you take it to the people that can rehouse it, and they have to have a schematic for it, or else you have to pay for them to design.
They have to have the scriptures.
Yeah, exactly.
The scroll.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a wild world. There's a whole slew of lenses out there, but I think I found the ones that I like the most.
Right.
So I'll probably just like stick with these for as long as
because then that'll be kind of like that becomes your paintbrush in a way.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
Like I like these lenses. I'm sure that through this experience. And this always happens, I feel like, on sets, it's like there are crew members that you're like, I'm going to want you for the rest of my lilife.
Absolutely. 100%.
Like I've had one of the DPs that I've worked on a lot of the music videos, Shane, like he's just such a cool, chill dude. Like, and he does such a great job. And I'm like, I want to work with you whenever I can. And this AD that I had, he's like, I feel like when I was in film school, a lot of times the ADs were like, really high strung people that were like, okay, so we got to move on to this next thing. And if we don't, then everything is going to fail and we're going to, but like this guy, Connor, he was like, he's just so chill. Like I'll go to him and I'd be like, are we doing good? Do we have enough time? Are we? And he's be like, you're fine, dude. It's like, whatever. Like he was the calm one. And like, he leveled me out. So man, it's been a while since I've been on a set too. You get me all jittery. You give me the itch.
Go for it.
Give me
We'll
the
have
itch.
a set for you.
Yeah.
We'll have a set for you real soon.
This is a set.
This is a set. You're right. Oh man. And let me tell you about the stress of trying to get having it a COI last second for this. We're talking 12-hour turn. No, 9-hour turnaround on
I don't know any of
COI.
these, like, these
I don't know what that is
symbols,
either.
like
It's a certificate of insurance that like the rental houses need
AD.
to let you get anything.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was like the architectural.
He's the guy that takes your script and goes like, this is how we're actually going to make it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. These are the days we're going to do this. He works with the producers to figure all that out.
At this point, it'll be out. He's got a Christmas album coming out.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. It was like, wouldn't it be funny if I did that? And so I did it.
Nice.
And that's been my project for the year.
That's
and
great.
I've been reacting on the side to pay for
Your
it.
side hustle, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
You happy with it?
Yeah. It was expensive though.
It did seem
It's
like you were.
expensive.
I'm probably not going to make much
did
money.
seem
on
like-
it.
That's
Maybe
okay.
none at all.
I haven't made money on any of my projects.
Really?
I've lost so much money on them. Yeah. But I don't even think of it. It's not losing money on them. You're just,
You get the thing in exchange.
that's what it costs. Yeah. That's what it costs to make that thing. It's like, I want the thing no matter what. It's like, I want that. So like the money, yeah, it's something you have to think about, but it's like, I have enough. I've talked about this before on. And I don't live expensively anyway. So it's like, yeah, if this costs like $1 million, then that's what it costs. And in return, my
Yeah.
experience is like, that's just the cost of what that is. I owe it to them to make things like that, and I owe it to myself to see how far I can really. It's like, it's because you wanted to make it, in my mind. Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, I'm going to be stewing.
You're going to be
I'm going to be stewing. I'm going to be cooking a little bit. What's your favorite thing to cook?
My mom makes this chicken and dumpling recipe that's just like every time it's so much garlic. So it's just pure chicken and garlic. But you boil the chicken for a very long time, as long as you can. Korean recipe.
They have vibes.
They have vibes. Every Korean cooks on vibes alone. And that's just how it is. Great food as a result of it. Sometimes questionable, but that's the kind of thing about Korean cooking.
Yeah.
But she makes this like her take on what was my dad's chicken and dumpling recipe, which was his grandmother's recipe. Her name was Mama Doom.
Mama Doom.
Last name actually.
Okay.
So it's
That's a little scary.
it is. Yeah, absolutely. Terrifying. No, I mean, it would be cool if my last name was Doom. That'd be awesome.
Mark Doom.
Yeah. But
Unfortunately, it's Iplier.
yeah.
Iplier.
Eplie.
Yeah.
Surprisingly French.
Yeah. So that's my favorite, the chicken and dumpling recipe.
Have you ever cooked like bacon, Markiplier? Would you rather have unlimited bacon?
Yeah.
But no more video games or, and stay with me, games, unlimited games,
And no
but
bacon.
no games.
Wait. Unlimited games, but no games.
I don't know. I feel like
Did
he was
I
being,
stutter
I
while
feel like
I
he was
said
being
that?
Yeah,
pretty
actually.
crystal. I feel like that was pretty cut and
You
dry.
don't think I stuttered?
You
Did
were
I stutter?
falling all over
I wasn't
yourself in
falling
there.
all over myself.
Yeah, kind of.
No. I'll say it one. I'll say it one more time. Mark, would you rather have unlimited bacon, but no more video games, or games, unlimited games, but no games? And you are the last person who will ever answer this question on Chuckle Sandwich. Ever. It ends
Ever.
with you, man. So take your time. Yeah. But there's no games.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's all good.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you think of it, the difference between infinity and zero is kind of like Not that big.
But you could have unlimited bacon. Why can't you?
I eat other things.
Okay, but you could have some on the side whenever you
Well,
want.
it's my answer, isn't it?
It is your answer.
That's what I thought.
I was just,
Dude,
you know, in my head, it's like take the bacon.
best way you could have. That was
But-
excellent. Oh, that was excellent. That was an excellent way to respond to that, that line of questioning. And then another question we ask our guest Mark is, we have an ever growing now. You will be adding the final condiment to our ever growing list of condiments. We ask every guest what they would put on the Chuckle Sandwich.
Okay.
Uh,
Do you know?
I'm the mayo.
Okay.
I'm the 2 butt pieces of bread. Charlie was the meat, and then there was a whole long list of other. Yeah, we could. Yeah, no, Tucker can pull up that list right now, Mark.
We built it.
We did. We built it
several months
around
ago.
episode
and
100.
was,
We tried to build it.
It was a fucked up sandwich.
I bet, yeah.
Yeah. So let's see.
Aioli, onions, grilled onions, 3rd piece of bread, stick through the middle that holds it together, corned beef. Ethan was a pickle
A vertical pickle?
cut vertically.
So
Yeah, I think that. Yes. Well, I don't think he's
Yeah.
not thinking spears. I think it was like
They
the
make
long slabs.
yeah, like crinkle cut,
Long ways.
long pieces. Yeah,
Yeah,
tartar
yeah.
sauce, slice of himself from Ryan McKee. Well, okay, that's a cop out. Nice job, Freddie. Way to not add an ingredient. Flaky salt, sprinkled like Salt Bay while. Sunrise. That's just stupid. Danny, get with it. Go down. Let's see. Wheat bread, a tomato that can fly a plane. Why would you kill it and put it on a sandwich?
Yeah. Oh, that's a fair point.
From an issued farm-raised bacon. There's been so many bacon.
No white phosphorus. in that
I mean,
bacon.
to be fair, it was fairly relevant considering the question.
Yeah, because a lot of the times I think they heard it, and then they were subconsciously now bacon's on their mind.
Yeah.
This is someone that's easily influenced, and Jarvis Johnson is very easily influenced. Pickle on a stick. Pickle on a. Let's go with, and this might be a cop out if I just called a bunch of people out that probably caught me out. Let's put it in a panini press.
Whoa. The whole thing. No, that's great. That was a fantastic
You gotta
choice.
finish it.
Yeah, yeah. So, and that would change the entire experience because the
Yeah.
texturally and then the heat elements would melt it all together.
Wow. So you're
No
taking the whole
way.
sandwich, we're putting it in there, and
Yeah.
and then we've got the Chuckle Sandwich. Wow.
Ship on the sandwich
There
currently.
is.
There was,
Added on the last
Exxon-
episode by Ian.
Yeah.
He
I haven't seen that one.
Well, this is a list from a
oh,
while
this-
ago.
okay,
There's-
I gotcha,
Yeah, this
yeah.
is from, I don't even know how long ago, how old this one is, but the Exxon Valdez oil spill.
Did the oil spill?
Well, that's just illogical. I don't know how you'd get that on a sandwich. And specifically that ship, it was probably decommissioned. That occurred in 1989.
You're so,
Yeah,
God, you're so right, Mark.
Doesn't even
That-
exist
I mean,
no,
I
he's
don't-
right.
Wow. So I think he settled on just putting some oil on it is what
Yeah.
was
No. He did the
Oh,
ship.
we put the whole ship
We
on?
convinced him to put the ship on.
We're going to need a big panini press, Mark. But we'll do it for you.
Maybe
Don't
you
put the
can-
ship on.
You're asking us to remove someone else's ingredient?
That is every other ingredient.
No one's ever asked us to do this
it
before.
Spits on everyone else's contributions to put a ship on there.
Yes.
It's illogical. That weighs thousands of tons. It's impractical. It's impossible.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll remove that one.
Well, yeah,
We'll take that one off.
Yeah, we'll get that one. We'll get
Sucks
that
to
one.
be you, Ian. There's your legacy.
Well, I mean, as our final guest ever on Chuckle Sandwich, thank you, Markiplier, so much for coming on.
Thank you.
I think we can post this one.
I think, yeah, I
Maybe.
think that this one might go online.
And to think the other ones, I was even more profound.
He told us who God is.
That kind of messed with you guys, so I'll hold back from that. It wasn't a good idea.
Well, I don't know. See you in the next episode, which is the final one, Chucklers. I don't know. Chuckle you later. We don't usually say that. We just kind of did it. Just
I was
then.
about to say, like, I've never watched an episode, but I don't think that's how it goes.